Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mekhi,
And I'm King Caleb.
and this is a special episode of Winning Life, man. We got our boy here, Mekhi.
Yes, sir.
Or what do you go by? I know you go by other names too. So
Yeah, Swift with it. I go by Swift
Hey,
with it.
Swift with it.
He's Swift with it for real.
Hey, what's up, man?
I appreciate that, man.
Man,
Yeah,
thank you
man.
for coming on today, man.
Yeah,
So-
all the way from California, man.
all the way from
Yes,
Cali.
sir.
So that's what's up. Hey,
So-
man, we'll fly you guys out. Nah, I'm playing.
It won't be me.
In time, man. In time.
So, I've known you for a minute because we go back as jits, kids. We used to play
Facts.
basketball in the courts,
For real.
So, man, tell us your life story. Tell us a little bit about yourself. you know?
Yeah,
For the people who don't know who you are, tell us,
Facts.
humble beginnings.
Humble beginnings, man. So yeah, my name is Mekhi. Born and raised in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Started dancing, from a young age. I played ball a lot growing up. Played high school ball, and then I think we met in high school.
Yeah,
It
we
was
met in high school.
High school through mutual friends. And
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24. Okay, so yeah, you graduated, what, 16?
16.
16, yeah,
Yeah.
2016.
Okay.
Well,
Nice.
yeah, 2016, man, and then I went to PHSC up the road, and I was just like, I got my AA,
Right.
and I was like, nah, this isn't my passion, though, this isn't,
Right.
school is not for everybody, I
Facts,
feel like,
facts.
so
Yeah.
I enjoyed it while I was there, but then I was like, man, I gotta figure this out, so then I moved to California because the dance scene there is crazy, and it was either gonna be there or New York for me, so,
So that's why you moved over there. Okay.
yeah.
So you want to be a professional dancer?
Yeah, I would love to honestly travel and perform, man. Even being a background dancer, you go on tour with people and
With the celebrities, and that's dope for real.
yeah, man, it'd be a blessing to do that. So I'm just taking classes and training and networking, to get better,
Right.
sharpen that.
So you say you play basketball too. I mean, obviously I knew that. So what was your passion? Like, what made you wake up and be like, hey, this is my passion to do dancing?
I mean, it's natural, man. It's a natural feeling, It's like something you just feel, you just know, It could be whatever. I mean, some people it's helping others,
Right.
And some people it's inspiring. Like you guys doing this podcast, it's like a passion. It's just something that you're interested in,
Right.
and I've always danced like I could do that without getting paid, you know what I mean? So that's how I know that's my
the
passion.
best, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I could do this for hours without any type of incentive, anything like that. So I knew that was my passion. I just knew.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
So,
up.
you have
Yeah.
any videos on Instagram or anything like that?
Yeah.
His whole
I'm
Instagram.
Instagram. Well, now it's Endless Desires, but I think I'm gonna change my name. Low key, I think I want to change it to probably back to Swift with it.
I mess with it.
Swift with it. Yeah, I should change it back. I think I'm gonna, if it's available. That is. If it's available on IG, I'm gonna definitely do that.
And you also got the TikTok.
Yeah,
you-
TikTok.
Word, you got TikTok too?
Yeah,
Yo,
TikTok.
put me
Definitely, man.
Because I want to see your videos, man. We might, show them a little.
You
Show
love
a little
it.
something,
I
man.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
Of
man.
course, man. We gotta
Yeah.
shout you out.
Yeah. We haven't done Tempe Talent in a minute, too.
Yeah, so you
He's
he's
big time.
he's California type. Well, yeah, he is.
Hey, I'll tell you. I'm switching away like that.
So like every episode, we usually try to shout out like up and coming artists, entrepreneurs, or
Okay.
people doing their own stuff.
Right.
So we might as well shout you out, even though you're not technically Tampa boy. I mean, you are.
Yeah,
still
man.
Yeah, you Tampa from home, man. It stays in the blood. It stays in the blood. Tampa stays in the blood.
Thanks, man.
You know,
Okay.
real talk, man. You do your thing, man. This man, like, the fact that some people would have said, dancing's cool. I really want to do it, but I can't move all the way to California and do something like that.
True.
I can't, but you said, screw it. It's over there. I'm going to do what I can. And you did it anyway, man. So that's
Thanks. Yeah.
awesome.
It's a perfect segment.
I appreciate that.
How did you take that leap of faith? Because, in everything, no matter what you want to do, because, we got like other businesses we're trying to run too and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that you have to take a leap of faith. So
you do.
how did that process happen? And like,
Yeah.
how?
Honestly, so I visited California in was 2019, so pre-pandemic,
Right.
and it was a vibe, man. It was a lot of people everywhere. Just saw that there was a lot to do. I really do like the weather. The weather is really nice out there. I'll be
Really?
honest.
It's not as humid, right?
No, not humid at all, bro. It's dry.
Man,
It's 100% dry, bro. It's
Bro.
but it's nice. It's nice. I do like the weather. That's I think the number one thing that gets everybody out there, because you can just, you know, you don't really sweat. You don't, you know what I mean. And then at night you gotta throw on a light jacket or a long sleeve. At night it gets cool.
Really?
Yeah, nice little breeze.
Damn,
too, so-
okay, Rick,
Yeah.
man, I might have to go out there.
For
Definitely,
real.
man. You gotta check it out at least one time.
Yeah,
you
we
know what I'm
got
saying? You gotta pop
I
out.
definitely gotta link up with you when we go
Facts.
over there.
Real
Nah,
talk, man.
definitely, man. So yeah, I went out there 2019 and was like, this is a vibe. So then I already knew there was a lot of dancers out there. You know, I follow a bunch of them on social media. So when I saw that opportunity to go, I was just like, hey, I gotta make
Right.
this happen. And it was crazy how it happened because one of my, well, not my roommate now, but it's a good friend of mine. He came out there with me, and I was at TJ Maxx at the time, and I'm like, yo, I want to move to California. I want to move. And this guy comes in as a transfer, and next thing you know, I'm hearing that he wants to go out there. So I'm like, yo, this is like too good to be true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I went up to him and was like, yo, bro, like I heard you're into acting, modeling.
Right.
You want to move to LA? Like I'm down. And literally we started sending each other places. And before I knew it, like 3 months later, we moved.
Yo.
We moved. We packed all our stuff. He took his car. I drove mine too. And we just.
That's wild, man.
Yeah. We just.
Wow. So y'all basically had the same vision.
Yeah, pretty much, man. I was like, I didn't know he was that serious. You know, when you talk to people about
Right.
stuff like that, you're like, all right,
Yeah.
we'll see. But he started sending me apartments, and I'm like, oh, this guy is for real. Like, and we ended up moving. Literally, I wanted to move at the end of 2020, but he wanted to move earlier. So I was like, all right, let's do it. And we moved that summer, I think in August. And ever since then, I mean, it's been like a roller coaster at first. I think it was really challenging, you know.
Right.
Just the pace of everybody out there is a lot faster. Money, you know, and everything's of course more expensive out
Right,
there,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So that was a struggle, and then I still wanted to have a life. You know what I mean? On
Right.
top of
Yeah,
that, so
you
it was
still
like,
wanna,
Right.
it was crazy.
To have
So
a balance.
you're right. So
Yeah.
it took a while to get on my feet, but overall though, it's been a fun experience thus far. I would say.
This is a very, very serious question. Florida or Cali?
Yeah, I gotta choose Florida, bro. I got to, man. I mean, Florida's home, man. Because I am who I am because of Florida, you know. And I
Right.
mean, I've grown, of course, by being out there in Cali
Right.
on my own. But man, Florida's forever home, man. You know,
Facts.
gotta represent that 813. So
A13.
Dang,
Facts.
three.
For sure, man. Yeah, man.
so-
It's it's crazy, man. Especially when you move out like on your own, bro. You doing.
I'm
You
telling
know,
you.
your mom ain't there to do your laundry, man.
I know,
Yeah,
hey,
you're
I'm telling you, man.
Come with that
I'm
good
tell-
home cooked meal by your
Yeah,
mom,
real
bro.
talk.
I enjoyed one
man.
tonight. I mean, yeah, I'm telling you, bro.
Gotta take something to go.
Yeah, for real. I gotta take a couple to go for a couple weeks. Gotta line this up. Nah, for real, man. I do miss that, the home cooked meals and everything like that. But you just learn a lot. I think living on your own, you force
Right.
yourself to grow.
Mm.
Because you really don't have, you know.
So
that-
basically, you gotta put yourself in uncomfortable situations to grow.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I live by the code all the time. You
Definitely.
gotta be uncomfortable to grow.
That's real. And I never used to like understand it being home, you know, but when you do move out, it's uncomfortable, you know, and you force yourself to be social and
To adjust.
to adjust. You want to
Yeah.
make friends, you got to talk. You know what I mean? Nobody's going to just come up to you all day and be like, hey, let's be friends. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that easy.
You say in kindergarten.
right. Yeah,
First grade.
Real talk,
You want to be friends?
Right.
Nah.
Yo, get out of here.
Right. Especially out there, man, because it's similar to New York as far as pace-wise, that everybody's kind of to themselves. It's just everybody's in hustle mode, you know, and out here, I think everybody's more
calm.
more calm, open arms, you know.
Right.
It's more
Yeah.
relaxed. It's not a busy, fast-paced state, you know. But I mean, besides Miami, when you go down
Right,
there,
yeah,
but-
Miami's a different
Yeah.
breed.
yeah, Miami's its own category. But no, out there, it's people all have a hustle, so you just kind of fit in and adjust, you know.
Have you seen any like celebrities when you're out there like, yo, that's you know?
I still think I'm not 100% sure, but I think I saw Chris Rock one time.
Word?
And I was in the car. Yeah, I was in the car and I was actually with one of my friends, and I looked to my left and I'm like, this guy looks familiar. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh, I think that's Chris Rock. And he had his arm out. It was casual, but it was a Porsche like 911 or it was a clean car, and he had his window down and everything. And I was like, yo. And but I don't know. We were driving like I was at a light and his car just passed, you know.
Dang.
So I was like, dang, bro. I don't know if that was him, man. To this day, but that's it though.
That would have been a great networking.
Hey man, yo, what's up, Chris Rock? Hey yo, get the freak out of here.
Like, nah,
oh my god. Oh,
you never know.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
That would have been funny.
That would have been a bad experience.
Experience to remember, huh?
I know, right? Like the time I met Chris Rock.
Big man.
So from the time I've known you, you're a positive. You've been a positive guy for the most part, you know. For the time I've known you, and like, cause you know I used to follow you. I mean, I still follow you on Twitter. You always tweeting positive stuff, and then online you also had clothing. I don't know if you.
Oh yeah, no, I do. I still have a clothing brand actually, but I do have to push up on it. I told myself when I go back, I'm gonna reinvent this, you know.
Right.
Because I did start a brand, and I think I just got impatient, expected it to just sell, you know.
Right.
But it's not that easy.
Right. Yeah.
So it takes time, but I do have a brand that's called Endless Desires. So,
So
wow, that's
yeah.
fire, bro.
how'd you come up with that
appreciate
name,
man.
and what made you want to go into clothing line?
Clothing. I mean, I came up with that name because especially when I was in the process of moving, I just felt like, man, life is really what you make it, you know. And anything is possible, and you know you can have whatever you want, but you have to be able to work for it. So I felt like the desires for anything you want is endless. Like you could have whatever. You know what I mean?
Good. That's really good, man.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah, that's how I came up with the name. And then you said what is like my brand entail per se?
Yes.
Or yeah, I think I mean that's really just merch in a sense, but I want to do hoodies. I want to do I want to
do lingerie.
Hey, is that lingerie? I mean, not yet. I mean, we might have to do that.
The ladies are asking.
Yeah, I mean, I want to expand the brand, man, to everything like headband, socks. That'd be fire, but you got to start somewhere, you know.
Right.
So it'll probably just be shirts for now or like hoodies, you know.
Right.
But yeah,
That's dope, man.
yeah, I really want to get it started, like really start putting it together.
I mean, I see the work you put in. I've known you since we were teenagers, and I was like, I for sure got to get this man on the podcast.
Nah,
And I seen you shout me
appreciate
out, and I was like, yo, man, this man always, because I always seen your clothing line and everything. I was always supporting. You know,
Facts.
I see,
No,
man, I see the work you put in. I was like, yo, this is a positive guy that I would love the people to hear.
No, for real. I appreciate that, bro. When I seen you doing it, I was like, yo, like that's fire, man.
Appreciate it.
You've been hustling, bro. It's podcasts are dope, and I've also been thinking about starting one too. So it's crazy when you invited me to this one. I'm like, okay, I can get an idea, you know,
Right.
Like, try to see what this one what it's like, and to sit behind the camera and things like that.
Right, yeah. And we've been doing this for a minute. You know, you don't have to have all this stuff. Not like we have like the most, but you know, we started small.
Yeah, we
So,
started.
you know,
We didn't even have the mics.
Oh,
We used
Or
to
the
sometimes
lights.
we didn't have the lights. We used to sometimes even use the phone.
phone light.
How to call it, the mic sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right,
Sometimes
okay.
we use that too.
Bro.
Yeah,
So as long as you start, that's what matters.
That's
Yeah.
what
And
matters, man.
Real
and
talk,
then you
man.
build, you progress, and then we just started getting all these equipment. And this is just the beginning, because we about to get a studio. And
Facts,
everything.
man. Let
Yeah.
them know. Let
Yeah.
them know,
Yeah,
man. It's
real
just the
talk.
beginning.
Some light.
Some light, you know, a little something right now.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man.
That's fire, bro.
You know,
Fire.
well, one of the questions I had, you know,
Mhm.
this is for all of us, really, is you know, should people really follow their dreams? Like, at what point, you know, do
that's a
you
good
say?
one.
Thank you. At what point do you say like, yo, let's be realistic? You know, I'd be like, nah, bro, you crazy? Just, you know, get a 9 to 5 or.
Yeah, I mean, I think, man, I feel like how I see it, we only live once, you know, and I think it's just important you gotta follow your heart, you know, you gotta just really do what makes you happy, and a lot of us fight that to be comfortable, you know. They like working these 9 to 5s because this is okay, this pays the bills, you know. But the true happiness, man, I realize when you're doing what you love, time flies by, and you could care less about the money, you know. Like I'm sure you guys would do this all the time, you know, with or without income coming in from whatever the case may be. Like this is something you enjoy. So I think at that point you just have to we always know. I think you just got to be real with yourself. You know, you got to be able to. It's hard because high school, you know,
Right.
and, you know, parents want you to go to college and this and that. But at some point,
The
you know,
social norm.
right, the social norm, and at some point, you know, though, like, okay, I want to do this, you know, but a lot of people are scared to do it. So,
let's say that, you follow your passion, right? You quit your job, but you're struggling to pay the bills. At what point do you be like, dang, you know what? Maybe I gotta chill out on the passion. I get the question. Maybe I gotta chill on the passion for a little bit until I get my life situated. Because you know, like, you gotta be realistic sometimes. Like,
you do.
Obviously, everybody should follow passion. But you know, sometimes, you know, your passion could be a basketball player, but you suck at playing basketball. or you want to be a singer, but you can't sing. You know? Sometimes you be like, all right, let me take a look at myself. Maybe I'm not good at this. You know, and then I could practice that later down the road, or that's not for me.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
You know, because sometimes that could be your passion to be a painter, but you suck. No one wants to see your painting.
Yeah, no one wants to hear you out. But you know what it takes though too from that is you have to believe in yourself when it comes to chasing your dream.
Yeah,
because it really
true.
You have to. It's required. If you don't think you have what it takes, nobody's gonna invest into you. You know, nobody's gonna believe it until you believe in it.
You know, with Kanye West, he has a whole situation going on. But the documentary I watched,
it was fire. It was
very fire. Have you watched the documentary?
I have not watched it.
You gotta watch it.
Oh yeah, you gotta see that, man.
Oh, you have to see that. So the documentary, no one believed in him. People thought he was crazy. Yeah, and this man became a billionaire.
Facts.
Yo, like,
that's facts.
Like, he had so much belief in himself. He didn't care what anyone said.
Nobody.
Like, they didn't even want to sign him for a minute. No, they only wanted to keep him as a producer.
Yeah, not a rapper.
They didn't want to sign him as a rapper. Yeah.
I remember that.
Well, he literally had to force himself, like, into the rooms to become the rapper.
Right.
They didn't want to. They were like, "No, you're just a producer, bro. You're not gonna be a rapper. You can't rap."
No, for real. Yeah, they. But he believed in himself so much. I mean, shout out to his mom too. I mean, because a lot of people didn't even know that. I didn't know. I mean, his mom was that supportive. You know, like
such a supportive.
She was, like, and then to have that support from your mom, you already believe your mom regardless. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
yeah, you look up to your mom as a kid. So to have your mom push that and be like, you're the best rapper and this and, you know, to install that into you at a young age, when you grow up, you're like, you automatically are locked into that idea.
Like, I am that guy.
I am. Like, this isn't even, I'm not even trying to force myself to believe this. Like,
it's just,
this is natural.
Like subconscious.
Right. Exactly, man. So but you just, you believe in yourself. And I think that's one of the most important factors for chasing dreams, because people chase them and then get discouraged, you know, but you got to just be like, okay, I got this, you know. Look how far I've come, you know.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy because, like, I don't think people understand, like, that's actually part of the journey. Like, being discouraged. Like, I read this book called Mastery, and he says that to really become a master at something, you have to do it for 10 years or 10,000 hours. 10, but usually it takes 10 years to do 10,000 hours. And he said, I wrote it down, man, because I'll never forget. He said, fear, panic, insecurity, and frustration are all parts of the journey to becoming a master. And it's like, knowing that, you can just push past that because you know, okay, this is supposed to happen. This happens with every single person, but the people who became successful, they just push through that. So it's like, dang, man, like, you're saying, like, you still have to do, like, a reality check. It's like, if you're Einstein, you're trying to be a basketball player, you know, you're really good at, you know, the math stuff, man, stick to that. You know? But at the same time, it's like, okay, I am really good at this. People just don't see my vision. Right. People might not see our vision, but it's like, that's okay, man. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep hustling.
Facts. And that's what it is. You got to push. Because it's going to seem like the world is against you at some point, you know? Yeah. It's going to be like, dang, and like, nobody believes in me. Or even when you do get support, like, I'll be honest, I've always had support from friends, and people always show love. But even then, sometimes, for me, that doesn't, like, it's not enough for me, because I know that I don't believe in myself at that moment. You know what I mean? Or, like, it just falls back on me. You know, the whole world could be screaming one thing, but it's how I take, you know, how I feel.
Exactly.
It takes, you know, I just have to be real with myself.
Right.
Like, all right, I got this.
And like, for the people that don't get support, a lot of times they don't support you till you're at the top.
Facts. It was
Like,
too late. It was too late. at that
Crazy.
point,
Like, oh,
man.
yo, now you coming back? Oh, this girl from third grade.
Yeah, 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 right.
She
Nah,
says
bro.
I'm up now.
Yeah, I'm on now. No, man.
They're like,
Oh,
no,
man.
for real. They're like, it's crazy because like a lot of people they don't see the vision. They're like, oh, they got their little podcast thing going on. They got this little business thing going on.
Right. That's how
You know?
people.
Yeah.
And they're watching like ninjas, like just
Mhm.
watching.
Right. Right.
And then when you're up, hey man, you
Right.
remember me?
Hey, man.
Yo, bro.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
man, Mr. Brown, bro.
Yeah.
For 6th grade, nah, man.
Nah, bro. I don't remember you. Man. I don't remember you.
You said my name though.
I don't remember you. I still don't remember you. Nah,
Yo,
seriously, man.
Speaking of that, man. So, are you single right now?
I am.
You're a
I am
single man?
single man.
So, how do you feel about like the dating market
The current
today,
dating.
man?
Man, for me, I mean, right now, I personally, I'm just not looking for a relationship, But I think what I've experienced, at least comparing to between Cali and here, I feel like the relationships out here are more genuine. Like out there, I don't feel the relationships. It almost seems as if every relationship out there is open. You know what I mean?
No way.
It seems like that sometimes. Like
Like open relationships?
yeah, like for our generation at least, I can't speak on the older generations out there, but to what I've seen, I just feel like the women, I don't know, man. I mean, I can't
It's
speak.
very
What you mean?
superficial. I
Yeah.
know California is one of the type because I watch a lot of other podcasts too. I listen to dating and do research. New York, Cali, and New York are some of the hardest cities to date.
No, yeah, no,
States. Yeah, New York City and what part of Cali are you in?
I'm in North Hollywood, Los Angeles, pretty much.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard those are the top because like
Mm.
a lot of the guys that make money they live over there.
Oh yeah.
So like status
You know?
and stuff like that.
That's
so like
hard.
an
Right.
average guys are like kind of fighting.
No,
for the
I
crumbs.
mean, yeah. Hey, I'm not fighting. I'm chilling.
Nah, they coming to me.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm chilling. But that's true. That's very true. Because I think out there, a lot of people do have money. You got actors, you got artists that have names or know people, and so the women that they of course go for that. When the other guy, is just the normal, like he said, the average guy, or they don't want that. They want that status, So I think it is kind of superficial. I think I've run across some genuine people. I have some genuine friends out there. But then there are some people where you're just like, nah, like I could tell that's just somebody we're cool with,
Right.
We're just cool, but we won't really kick it like that, So, I mean, the dating, but yeah, I think the relationships here, they're more loyal to the relationship and just faithful. Out there, I don't know. I would date out there, but I just gotta have that feeling that she's real,
Right,
she's
yeah.
really, she's solid.
Speaking of solid and real, what do you look for in a significant other? What are your qualities, whether it be inside and outside?
Yeah. I mean,
you got a type or something.
Everybody has a type.
Do you believe in marriage?
I believe in marriage.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, no, I want to get married at some point, but I think it's just, I believe in dating for a while too. I think our generations, I don't know, we like rush things sometimes, and
Quick to jump.
1
Yeah.
month. Yo, we're together forever.
yeah, we're together like.
You know where you see that a lot? The church.
I know,
The
yeah,
church.
bro. A lot of people in the church do like quick, man. They quick to get
Yeah.
married. man.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know
Like,
that.
Like a year, and sometimes less than that.
No, it's more. I see them a lot less than
Yeah,
that.
6 months, 9
That's
months.
crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy, man. I think you gotta date. I think going out with a girl for at least 3 months before even asking her to be your girlfriend is normal,
Yeah.
Because you got to get to know somebody, man. You think you know them. I mean, they say we don't never really know anybody, but I don't know. I think you got to know, at least give it some time to build and trust.
I call that process a vetting process.
A vetting process?
Yeah, which means that I have to look at her core values. I got to look at her family.
Mm-hmm.
I got to look who she hangs around with
Okay.
before I take a girl seriously.
Yeah, that's good.
So like, it's not an interview. It's called vetting. So
Okay.
you just look at her core values and areas
Mm-hmm.
to see before I take someone seriously.
That's nice. Yeah.
But the core values, yeah. What do you look for into before you take a girl seriously?
I would say I think qualities as in if they're nice or if they're like it just depends. I mean,
So would you date a girl with like an OnlyFans?
Nah. See, I can't do that. I do be the jealous type sometimes. I can't play that role. I cannot do that. I don't know how dudes get do that. Nah. I'm sorry, you can get your money, but it won't be with me. Like, you know, like you can do that, you know. So, I mean, but man, I think I do. I mean, women to me have to come off as it has to be an energy. I feel, you know, it has to be like a real genuine energy. Other than that, I'm always down to meet you and get to know you before I just judge. You know what I mean? So I just roll with that and just have to know like, okay, how is she when she's mad? You know, and things like that.
Oh yeah,
and
true.
you know when how does she communicate? Does she like to communicate? I love a woman. Okay, I do love a woman that communicates. That is open. You know, I mean, you know, all women be like, oh, nothing's wrong. You know, but there are some women that really will tell you like what's going on, and they're not afraid to say it. You know, so because that's how arguments and all this happens is just assumptions. You know, you don't say anything, so I think this. You know what I mean? And, you know, so
that's crazy, bro. That's really well said, man.
Yeah, no, I think that's what I look for. I think it's really communication. I think that's one of the biggest things you got to get out of a woman is to be open about issues that are you know what's causing these issues and break it down, try to solve it. So.
I think you know some of them just assume that we know, maybe we have some sixth sense or something like that. He knows. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And when we don't know, she gets what?
Right.
You don't know me?
Yeah. So facts. Like what?
Yeah.
I'm not a mind reader, man. Because then I assume. Yeah. You know?
Right.
If I assume, that's the wrong assumption. Now it's a problem. You know.
Yeah.
It's like wow. So I think communication. Because I'm really open when it comes to that stuff. I think I wear my heart on my sleeve in a bad way sometimes. You know. But if something's bothering me, I'll bring it up. You know. I'm not gonna be like, oh, nothing. Because some people, those are people though that go through it a lot more because they hold everything in. So when they do explode, it's bad. That's you know,
like a lot of the murders and stuff that happens because people are so angry. Like a lot of the mass shootings that happen here is because you know they had no one to talk to. Right. Everything's boiled inside. They didn't release anything. So they're like, oh, let me go kill everybody.
Bro, it's crazy. That's how it happens though, because then you know maybe sometimes they even try to express themselves and nobody wants to listen. You know,
wow, man.
That's even tougher.
Yeah, man. I mean, it can get deep, but I'm for me, I'm not the type that's closed off. You know, but for me, if I hold something in for too long, it bothers me. You know, like I feel like I have to tell somebody something. So that's a good and bad thing, I guess. But yeah, communication I think is my number one thing.
Bro, when you're in a relationship, like you really learn stuff about you, bro. There are parts of you that come out that you wouldn't even like. It wouldn't have come out without the relationship. Right? Like, yo, what's going on with me, man? Like, I'm usually chill, bro. This is like, getting on my. It's like, whoa.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Like all the tests and stuff. Like, dang.
Right.
Now I gotta worry about this person.
Right.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Now I'm angry when this little thing happens.
Right, yeah, bro.
I'm a calm dude, but now you
literally, bro. About to lose my character. Like, come on.
I'm a calm dude, bro.
Right.
And like, if you're not like, aware or like trying to be self-aware, like really improve, man. Like that stuff can really like your ego can really like take hold that you can be doing like some crazy stuff, man. But
I'm telling
you know, I'm always grateful for the situations that I put myself in when it comes to that, where it's like, wow, sometimes it might be hard when I'm in a relationship or whatever, but I'm learning so much about myself where it's like I can see, okay, I'm not communicating in this area, like let me fix that.
Right.
Let me you know, talk about it. Let me take some time by myself to figure it out too. Because sometimes I don't even know. I can't even say it yet. Like, yo, let me just...
Wait, hold up. You said take time for yourself. That's very important. How do you feel about self-love before getting a relationship? Because, you know, a lot of people, they don't love themselves. They feel like they always need validation, outside validation. I gotta get in a relationship to feel love.
Right.
But they never took time to love themselves.
That's
so.
Deep,
What would you say? What would you say on that about loving yourself?
That's where it starts. You know, I think self-love is, you have to have that before you get into a relationship. You know what I mean? If you don't love yourself, it's just, that's where the real issue is, because then the minute that you feel like you're not getting love from your other, it's over. Like, you're gonna blame that person when in reality it's from within, you know?
Wow.
And I think when you love yourself truly, you attract more love. You know?
Wow.
You attract love.
Okay. Yeah, you're spinning too much fire
Damn.
you got the heat.
He said, "You got the heat, man. Hey, this y'all got the heat, man. This is the podcast right here,
man.
This is why we keep winning in life.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You hear it?
Hey, Alexa, man, play Yes Indeed.
Yeah.
Nah, he don't even have an Alexa.
I don't even have Alexa, boy.
I'm like, oh, right. For real.
Yeah.
Yo,
that's crazy.
That's real talk, though.
Yeah.
So, what are your red flags? Like, oh, dang, I can't take her. Like,
I think red flags would be, it honestly, it falls back on communication. Because I think, too, but this is a different way of communication. Because if you're not communicating, like, if we're talking, then I kind of expect certain answers. You know, like, if we're talking, I expect some type of, hey, I'm going this way, or hey, I'm doing, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, something like that. But if I'm not getting that, or I'm calling and you're not answering, and then you call me back hours later, that's a red flag.
Oh yeah,
that's a red flag. Like, it was like, yo,
the flakiness, the time, like she waiting 12 hours.
Right.
I was in the shower,
Yeah,
you know.
Right,
what?
that's a flag. That's a flag.
because, you know, we know, like, pretty well, like, a lot of these people, they're not as busy as they say they are.
As
You know what I
it
see
seems.
as it seems, because, like, you know, like, if a girl's talking to me, she know I'm busier than her for most. Most of the part, for the most part.
Like, she knows.
So, like, you know, if I see the text, oh, sorry, I could, girl, you know how much I'm doing,
Right.
You know, and I still make time.
Right. That's
I think it was Instagram is like Elon Musk like does all this stuff and still has time to like answer his followers.
Right. Yeah.
And then she got like an Apple Watch. She got like,
she got the MacBook.
right.
Yeah, she got the
right.
MacBook. She got the
This is an iPad mini in the purse. You get all types of notifications. You're not that busy.
move on, bro.
Yeah. You gotta move on.
She don't want you, bro.
Hey,
You gotta move on. You know.
there was something that you said, and you said too, where it's about the red flag, and you said something about miscommunication, where I was like, it was, I forgot. If I was gonna ask you a question, it was like, what this red flag was. I forgot it. Hopefully it comes back. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good, man. Because you said if she takes a long time to respond, and I was I was gonna say that, you know, when it comes to like red flags or just green flags or whatever, it's like she has to have like some sort of depth to her character, where it's like, is she able to like talk about deep stuff?
Yeah.
Or are we just gonna talk about
Favorite colors?
Yeah, favorite color.
Yeah,
21
like,
questions.
just, you know, the weather all the time.
Yeah,
like,
facts.
you know, so, you know, have you dealt with this? Like, how do you feel about, you know, your past? Or like, and she's like, well, you know, she don't want to talk about it, type stuff. Like you said, like, I want to get to know you.
Right.
And there are layers to people, man. People are like onions, where it's like, you know, there's the part that we just see, and then when you talk to them, you're like, okay, there's this and that and whatever.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, because, I mean, I get it. Some people don't want to talk about their past. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
whatever, traumatic events, or I get it. But I think that's important to know about, especially a girl you're really interested in. You got to know her background a little bit. You know, you got to know, all right, well, where does she come from? And like you said, the family. That's a good observation, because if she's not close with her family, then it's like, okay, who's her friends, you know? And then if you don't get an idea of her friends, those are all flags, you know what I mean? Because you really are who you hang around. That's true. So when you see, you know, if it's just, but it's also energy. I think like when you go out on a date, sometimes, you know, people say all the time, like, it just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel, because you're literally feeling that. You know what I mean? Like, it's something you're feeling. It's not in your head necessarily. You actually feel something's off. And maybe it is, but she doesn't want to open up about it, or, you know, but you know there's something, but that barrier's still up, you know?
Right.
So that's another thing for me. I think when I'm interested in a woman and she knows that, I think I expect the barrier to go down. I expect her to put her shield down just a little bit, at least to, you know, like, let me inside of her world kind of thing.
Right.
Versus some women will keep that shield up for
bro.
the whole relationship. You
That's
may not ever know, you know what I mean?
Man.
That's wild.
Women could do it. I think they could do it. And, I mean, especially if they're the sneaky type, then you're really not going to get nothing out of her. Like,
dang, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
This man making me question everything.
Nah,
who have I been with? Oh, man, did she have a wallet the whole time?
Oh,
dang, bro, that's tough.
I'm literally thinking about it.
Exactly.
I'm thinking about my old past. I'm just reminiscing.
He's a reminiscing.
I can't trust nobody, bro. Well, I'm giving up, bro. I'm about
He said, nah.
In one sentence, one statement, how did you become such a positive person? And then how do you work on your different areas, like, in your life? Because, like, me, I believe in working in the mental, spiritual, financial, and physical.
Okay.
So so regarding to that, how do you go about your life working through those areas?
Honestly, I never really separated it, you know? Like, that's good that you, like, financial, physical, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, I mean, you definitely got to stay healthy. You know, I think exercising is, when you work on that physical, that's key, you know? So I work out, and then dancing too, that keeps me active.
Right.
That's really good for the brain, you know, to exercise and things like that. But mental-wise, I do meditate. And I got into meditation through my mom, actually. So shout out to my mom, you know, because she put me on, I think, in like the 8th grade.
Word.
And I haven't been meditating since then, but now it's a part of my daily routine now, you know, where even if it's 15, 20 minutes, but I have to do that in the morning to clear my mind for the rest of the day, you know. And one time I saw this quote or this video that Kobe meditates in the morning. He says it helps him tackle on the day a lot better. And I believe that 100%. I feel like when I don't meditate, my day can be a little bit disorganized.
Foggy?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like foggy though, almost like, but when you meditate over and like every morning when I do it, it gives me that clarity. You know, I know what I gotta do. Like I'm decisive. I'm not indecisive about my decisions, anything like that. So I think meditation is definitely a necessity. It should be for everyone, you know. And
that's what's up, man.
Yeah, cause that helps. It helps. So.
Wow.
Dang. I don't do it very consistently, but when I remember, I'd be like, yo, let me do, you know, even I just be like breathing, bro. Let me just be aware of my breath.
Right.
Like 10 breaths.
Facts. That's it. That's it.
Just be like doing stuff like that, man. Bro, it's a game changer, man.
It's powerful. It's powerful, man. Just like you said, you could literally, you don't have to sit crisscross on a yoga mat, you know, in the middle of the forest. Like, it doesn't have to be all that, you know what I mean?
For the incense.
Yeah, for the incense. Like people do that. You could do all that too, but you can literally just, when you wake up, you know, 10 deep breaths, but you're aware of your breathing. And that does it does something, man.
I feel like being self-aware too is like, I feel like a lot of people, they're so busy, they're so like there's so much going on in their mind, but they don't. You just need to slow down and be self-aware. Like, look at the wall, it's white.
Right,
you know?
right.
The Power of Now talks about that.
Yes. So I'm glad that you mentioned
the Power
that.
of Now is crazy. I haven't read that book, but just saying that alone, you know, meditation does that. Like, it really helps you live in the moment. In the moment. So I don't know, it's the best feeling, because people get anxiety from thinking about the future and the past. You know, a lot of times, I saw one quote, I think 80% of our thoughts are from the past, like 70% or something like that. It's crazy.
Jeez, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're from the past, not even like
it makes sense, because I always be thinking about.
No, it's crazy. It does make sense, because like when you sit there and you're in the car and you're driving, even if it's 2 hours ago, it's the past. You're thinking about something from, you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's
bro.
So yeah, the present is key, man. If you live in the moment, you're not stressing about anything, because you just have now. You know what I mean? And in reality, that's really all we have anyway. If you think about it, you know what I mean?
That's true.
The book says that, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
So is that one of the ways that helps you stay positive, thinking about the now and not the future?
Yeah.
Oh, well. I think you should think about the future. Right?
Well, you should.
It's like a
no.
balance. It's like a balance of planning for the future, because the book even talks about that. Is the thing that you're doing in the now is planning, which is crazy, but you're still doing that in the moment. Which is,
wow.
But like, you can still plan for the future, but you're still like living in the present. Because to get to the future, it's all about what you do right now. You know,
it's
crazy.
That's facts.
Crazy, bro. I love that book so much.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to read it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
Speaking of books, is there any books do you like reading?
I do. I'm actually reading. Well, I've been lagging on this now for some time, but I read right now The 15 Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, I've never read that.
I heard he's good.
He's good, yeah.
He's
good.
I heard I read Think and Grow Rich from
Grow
him.
Rich, yeah,
but not that one.
No, that was good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this book is a Harry Potter book right there.
No
you know what I'm saying?
It's heavy.
It's heavy. It's heavy. That's why I've been, because the 15 laws is like 15 chapters, and each chapter is probably like 30, 40, 50 pages. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot of reading, but it's good. It's good. It's informative. You know what I mean? You can't go wrong reading it. It's not even like it's just a novel.
Nice.
So it's powerful, man. I've learned a lot from it, but my problem is I don't write it down or highlight it, which I should.
That's a very good thing to do, a journal.
Yeah. Right.
I do a lot now, and it just helps me remember, retain information, and practice information.
Right, practice, because that's the thing.
You can read all you want if you don't practice it.
Exactly. No, it's facts.
I read 50 books this year. What do you remember?
Bro.
And you still stagnant. You still don't have any other job, or you still not going up in life.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? You still look the same.
Right, exactly.
I'm keeping it 100. I'm keeping it 100.
That's real though. Like if you're reading, you gotta imply that, because knowledge is power, but it's only power when you imply it. You know what I mean? If you're not using it, then what's that knowledge doing for you? You know? So that is really true. To write it down is really good though. To journal it. And retain it, and even reading it over and over from time to time,
Facts.
And not losing it. So,
is that a book that you recommend to the people, or is there any other?
No, I do recommend that. I do recommend that book.
What would you actually, your last little thing to the people, anything positive? If somebody, there's a young kid who's maybe like 15, 16, 17, man, he doesn't know what to do in life, but is there anything that you would say to him, like any positive words, motivation, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I would say to follow your dream, and whatever makes you happy, go for it. You're gonna have even your parents might not be with the idea, but if it makes you happy, you have to at least try it. I would say at least try it. That's the one thing you gotta do, is say you tried it and then work out, but at least you tried it.
Right, because you don't want to live a life of regret.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. There's something I wrote down a while ago. Is success is making the first attempt. Failure is not even trying. So
I agree. That's real. That's
Michael
real.
Jordan, he missed more shots than he made.
Yeah.
But he still was the greatest basketball player.
Right, and he got cut freshman year in high school.
He did.
Crazy,
got cut freshman year.
Bro, that coach, man, he's probably like,
I know, man, what am I doing? It's crazy. But he didn't give up, and Michael believed in himself,
Right.
Because if he didn't believe in himself, he would have never picked up a ball again after he got cut freshman year, But because he believed in himself, he said, "No, I'm gonna try again." And look how, I think it turned out all right. You know what I'm saying? Like his career. So
believe in yourself and keep going.
Keep going.
Oh, where can the people find you at? This was a fire episode with the one and the only.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate you guys, man. Find me on Instagram at Endless Desires 1, and then _ Endless Desires 1, and then or TikTok, we go by _ Swift with it. So you can find me Swift with it. Yeah, on TikTok.
Man. Thank you, man.
Thank
this man for coming on. This
is
a phenomenal episode, man, on winning in life.
Yeah,
thank you. Yes, it's a blessing to be here, man. I appreciate you guys and all the success, and we're gonna keep going up.
Real talk, sir. Man. Real talk,
definitely.
Man.
All right, man. We keep winning live. We see you on the next episode.
Life. Man.